listening to all the current events going on. I've talked about it in previous videos. And I started thinking and I started making comparisons. And lighting is bad. There we go. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to throw my ideas out there. I'm not saying this is fact. These are my ideas, my personal ideas. If it resonates with you, something to think about. If it doesn't, then let it go. This is not fact. This is how I'm putting things together. For you too. So I'm just going to tell you what I've been thinking about. Probable perspective of current events. I'm not making predictions. I'm just thinking out loud. Let's float some ideas and see what makes sense. Let's go to Maui. Beautiful oceanfront, paradise, prime properties, everyone's dream. Tribal community owned. Generations. Not interested in selling. Major developers dream to make big money, but tribal locals say no. That's their property, their pride, their home for generations. They're not leaving. Now let's go to North Carolina mountains. In that one mountain, several communities, thousands of people, generational properties. What's so interesting about mountain living with all the wildlife? Bears and cats and fox and coyotes, snakes, dangerous things. Is that your Maui or is that your oceanfront? No. But what makes this so enticing? It's not the landscape developer's dream. It's the industrial interest, the minerals, precious minerals, big money minerals, lithium. Generational families willing to change their heritage to sell it? No. They were born and raised there. Their parents were born and raised there. Their grandparents are born and raised there. Their children are born and raised there, and their children's children will stay there. They have no interest, right? New Orleans, horrific target on people, no profit there. Why? It was a distraction. Look here. Not there. Random incidents to keep the populace concentration away from setup of the next big move. Las Vegas. A Tesla truck blows up in front of a Trump hotel. Intentional? Could that have just been a big FU to Elon and Trump? a message maybe. California wildfires, kind of common every year. Nothing too shocking, but nothing this large. Were they priming the people to adjust to a natural occurrence for this massive event? Massive prime real estate, single family homes. Many were generational residents. No interest in selling or leaving. People bought these homes for their own little paradise on their own little piece of the ocean front or close to it. Prime living, prime climate, prime lifestyle. Interest in selling? No. Yet, another location that's a mega developer's dream. Let's go back in time. You see the picture, that the thumbnail picture. Let's look back at the Indians. They had a lot of property. We know this from history. No interest in selling or trading. So what happened? A methodical plan. Indians need food, right? What was their source of food? Buffalo? Let's kill the buffalo. Starve them. Take away the source of their warm furs. Make life impossible to survive, etc., etc., led to the Civil War events. Hence the thumbnail. Look at our food. Chemicals, preservatives, unnatural, cost beyond affordable for the average citizen. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Now let's take a look. When you have important documents you need to dispose of that contains very sensitive information, what's a good way to get rid of it? Burn it, right? Fire has two purposes. Now hear me. Fire has two purposes. Disposable of information that's unwanted, that cannot, should not be discovered. Okay, what do we know about what's by the fire that some don't want discovered? Second reason for a fire, maybe 15-minute city kind of thing. We've all heard this idea before. Some laughed it off. Many called it a conspiracy theory. In one ear and out the other. Maui, LA, other communities for development. North Carolina for the resources and the minerals. Many have talked about 17 cities. Important to know. Religious prophets have talked also about this. And for those of you that know the Bible, there are verses in the Bible that talk about fires, hurricanes, or great winds. out of those cities, we've already had Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New Orleans. Those cities that they talk about are all the same color politically. Color of my hoodie. I want to ask you, not that I want to know, but I am asking you to think, where do you live? Is it a major city? Is it ran by this color? Think about it. I'm not telling you to be scared. I'm telling you to use your head. I'm telling you to do some research and write down some facts of things that are going on. And it's time you start putting the puzzle pieces together and make sure that you're aware and conscious of what's happening. Don't let the distractions take your focus away from the safety and the well-being of you and your family. And maybe it's time you made changes. If you're in a certain demographic, I want you to think about this. Put your comments in. I'd be more than happy to find out how you feel about this topic and what I've put together. Oh, in North Carolina, they didn't have fires. That was an intentional open up the gates of the dam at the top. 1,000-year flood. 1,000-year flood? That was their way of cleaning that. Just listen to the people in that region. For generations upon generations, nothing like that has ever happened. Coincidence? I can't believe that. So, remember years ago, many, many years ago, before I was born, I think probably before my dad was born, it might have been during his, I don't know, he was born in 1915. I never was good at history, so I don't know what year the Chicago fire took place. The big Chicago fire that practically leveled the city, or the back of the yards area anyway. That's one of the 15 cities they mentioned. Think about it. Could there be another Chicago fire? I'm not suggesting. I'm praying to God not. but it is ran heavily by this color. And New York, heavily. So if you live in one of these areas, these mega cities, observe who your leaders are. What side do they stand and represent? Might tell you what you've got in your future. Just some thoughts I've put together. Let me know what you think. And I'm not trying to ruin your Sunday. I'm just trying to maybe give you a different perspective on the way things are going. Something you might not have thought about, or maybe you missed it and, kind of sparked your interest to take a look into things. Anyway, you have a wonderful Sunday. Like, please subscribe. My videos, because I have low subscriber, they're not getting pushed out. So if you could really help me out and like the video and subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. I never ask for compensation. I never ask for nothing. I merely ask for you to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, and stay observant and be happy. See you later.